good evening, and welcome to Tea Time.
Welcome to Tea Time. I'm so glad you're joining me tonight. It is a Monday, the last Monday in January. Can you believe it? The 27th. I'm going to talk about my weekend real quick and get to my in-studio guest. So Friday night, I didn't do too much. I stayed home. I had some scripts that I had to read, which was fun and interesting and exciting. And Saturday was really, really packed. Saturday I had lunch with my girl, Kristen Tinsley. It was nice catching up with her as always. And then I actually came here to beautiful Paradise Studios for an exclusive screening of a movie. There it is, Leonora. It's a short film that is Giuseppe Ferrara is the star. And it is based on a true story, believe it or not. And the next pick is the cast. You might recognize some faces there. Shout out to everybody's there. I'm not going to go over everybody that's there, but just a shout out to Frank Mancuso, who's all the way to the right, who wrote it, directed it, and it was a fun night just to get together with everybody here. Thank you. And then after that, I went to a wonderful place in Bellport called the People's Pub with my friend Matthew and his brother Bill, and I had such a great time. And we saw 3-time Grammy winner Andy Falco was there. He's a local to Long Island, and it was a very nice evening. I had a great time. And then yesterday, Sunday, is laundry day. Gotta have clean underwear. And then my girlfriend Doreen called me and she said, hey, it's restaurant week. And we can go to a wonderful place and have a 3-course dinner for like $46 or something. And I'm like, okay, where do you want to go? And she goes, I don't know, let's go to the Garden City Hotel. Ooh. So I said, okay, so that's where we went. We had a lovely dinner, and I make sure that we sat by the bar so we could watch the football game while we were eating, and then came home and unfortunately watched my Bills lose. So congratulations to those going to the Super Bowl. I will be rooting for Philly, just letting you know. So that's it. Let me get to my in-studio guest. I'm excited he's here. He's a friend of mine. I've known him a long time. And he's a comedian. He's an actor. He's a singer. And he does so much more. Les Degen is here. Hi.
All right, thank you.
Yay! How are you doing?
I am doing as good as you.
We woke up this morning. It's a good day.
We woke up, and can I tell you something? I have fantasized so many times about sitting in front of this iconic logo.
Oh,
dreams do come true.
They do come true. There's a lot of people that I want on the show. Obviously, one of them was you, and I'm trying to get more comedians. There were a lot of comedians on in the beginning, and then now there's directors and writers and producers and sports people, and so the show has grown, thank God, in 6 years. And I'm just excited you're here. So let's dive in, Les.
Let's dive in.
You're a Queens boy, and I'm a Queens
boy.
Girl.
That's right. Sunnyside.
Sunnyside, Queens. And first of all, I have to say, you an adorable baby. I have a baby pic of you. Can we put that up?
Oh, my goodness.
I love this pic. How
Oh, my
cute.
goodness. Oh.
How freaking cute are you?
That was, I was born and raised in Washington Heights, Manhattan.
Yeah.
Until I was 4. This is from my apartment in Washington Heights.
Thank you for that. And then, so you grew up in Sunnyside, Queens.
Right.
Adorable baby. You go to PS 150.
PS 150.
That's pic B, please. We have a pic of your kindergarten.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so where are you?
Can you pick me
I
out?
think you're all the way in the back in the striped shirt.
I'll give you a clue.
No,
I was
okay.
the teacher's pet.
Oh, so you're standing right next to her.
I'm standing right next to, yes.
Thank you. Oh, sweet.
Oh, that's
Love
great.
it. And then you went on to Bryant High School.
Bryant High School.
Right. Now, I have a pic of you from graduation, but I'm thinking it's high school. I don't think it's college. It's wait, do I have it? I don't know. It's him in a cap. There.
That's my Queens College,
It is Queens
1976.
College. Okay, so leave that there for a minute, because
Right.
after Bryant High School,
I lost a couple of pounds, didn't I?
you know, not for nothing. You had a little beef on you.
Oh,
So as you've gotten older, you've gotten.
Queens College, all I did was smoke pot and eat Haagen-Dazs ice cream. That's what the...
And you were you in Hillel a lot?
What?
Hillel a lot. Well, didn't they have Hillel in the?
Hillel, the Jewish organization?
Yeah. Didn't they?
They did, but
have
I
it then?
wasn't.
Okay, all right.
I
I was. Well, I was dating somebody.
Really?
My boyfriend in Queens College. Shout out.
What's your name?
I won't-
Theresa
I
Farrell.
won't say his name.
Farrell, that's right. I'm with Hillel.
Can you imagine? And I used to hang out with him there. Well, he was born in Israel. He came here when he was 3. That's
Oh,
another story in
that's
another
another
show.
story, okay.
Getting back to you.
That's
So
great
yeah,
to
that
hear.
was Queens College
This is exciting.
graduation pic, isn't it? This is your
I
life.
did not
Les.
know what pictures you picked. So this is good.
I know. And you majored in what? Communication.
Mass communications.
Communication media.
Wow.
Yes.
Ooh,
Yeah.
we have a lot in common
So
there.
I went to Queens College too. That's one thing we have in common, but there's
Okay.
so much more.
She has surprises.
Yes, I
She
have
wouldn't tell me.
surprises. So yes, thank you, Carmine. That was pick F. See, I could read it after the fact.
Oop, I'm sorry.
So getting back to you and growing up, because you always had, I think, a love for music.
Yes.
You come, your dad played
My father played the mandolin.
The mandolin.
Right. He came from Vienna, Austria.
And you played the accordion,
Accordion.
which is actually, let's see, pick D, please.
Oh my goodness.
Ta-da!
Oh my goodness. There it is, my apartment. Look. You can see the 45s
I see
behind
the
me.
vinyls behind you, and not for nothing, that thing is bigger than you are. I
That
don't
thing
know how
is
you are
bigger than
able
me.
to
Wow.
hold it. And,
My parents used to watch the Lawrence Welk show.
oh my God, I used to watch that with my grandmother.
Yes, I was in love with Janet Lennon, like all 10-year-old kids my age.
Oh my God.
And that's where
yes.
I first
And the 1 and the 2.
and a 1 and a 2, and that's where I first learned to. Myron something was the accordion player.
Yeah, pick 3 is you and pick E. Is you and your dad, right?
Oh yeah, my dad
How
and I used to
priceless is
jam.
that?
Oh,
that is a
I wish I
priceless
could.
pick.
Dad, I wish I could bring you down right now so we could just jam together.
Love it. So when you jam with Dad, what did you play? What were the jam songs back then?
Well, the thing is, he just played by ear, so whatever like songs I was playing on the accordion, he would just like figure out.
Oh, that's cool.
But I grew up with so much music in the house. My parents had a lot of Broadway.
Right.
Listened to what was it, the Herb Alpert and the
Oh,
Tijuana
yeah,
Brass. They had like a
yeah.
bunch of like German stuff from Vienna, Austria too.
Yeah.
But all types of music, and yeah, my father was an entertainer back in.
Speaking about Austria,
in
I was
Vienna,
going
yes.
to mention this at the end of the show. But you see how this happens?
Yes.
So I just want to mention, since you mentioned Austria, and you mentioned your mom before, which we can mention again. Today is the 80th anniversary of Holocaust Remembrance Day, and I just want to say, you have a quick story about your mom if you want to share it.
I mean, the whole Holocaust thing of it. I mean, because of that, I'm here.
Yes, and your mom was able to get out.
Yes.
A Nazi officer actually showed her some grace and kindness.
Yeah, she was very pretty, and he liked her, and he said, listen, things are going to get really bad.
Heads up.
You and your family should get out of here.
Yeah.
My father, with him, and they didn't know each other in Vienna.
Right.
My father went to the Dominican Republic. They were taking Jewish refugees.
Right.
He lived there for 10 years,
Yeah.
came to New York, and that's where they met.
Wow.
But,
well,
yeah,
again, it is Holocaust Remembrance Day, and
Yeah.
I just want to say about it, be kind. Be kind to each other. That's what I want to say about
Amen.
that.
Well
Yeah.
said.
Okay, so returning to you, because like I said,
on the
you
lighter
mentioned-
side.
on the lighter side,
Okay.
yeah. So music was a big part of your childhood.
Oh, very much so.
And you were you in chorus in any schools you attended? Did you
No, what's
participate
really
in
interesting,
an instrument or singing?
I played the accordion. My first gigs
Which
were...
isn't the most popular
No,
instrument to play.
It's not the most popular. And then fast forward, when I started listening to Led Zeppelin, there were no accordion parts, so I kind of like cashed it in. But my first gig was my father. I was a member of an organization called the Odd Fellows. I know that there's a joke there, but
Okay.
the Thomas Wiley Lodge with a lot of his European, from Germany and Hungary and Austria,
Yeah.
all his European friends, and my mother as well. And they used to do a pilgrimage, they called it, to nursing homes,
Okay.
where they would have the kids perform.
Right.
One of my friends was a tap dancer, a singer.
Right,
So my
right.
first gig ever was at
Wow.
at an old age home. It wasn't assisted living then.
Yes.
It was, call it what it is.
Right,
It's an old age home.
Yeah.
And so I played my accordion for those people.
Wow.
And that was my first gig. And then I was in the Boy Scouts and at the Blue and Gold Dinner on Queens Boulevard in Sunnyside. I played my accordion.
Right.
But I didn't really... kidding around, I used to sing, and I had a decent voice, but really not until
When you got older.
97,
Right,
when we joined the Suburban Temple in Wantor. We're like fast forwarding now to married.
That's right on the corner of my house, by my house.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
It's on Oakfield in Jerusalem.
Right, my wife and I, when we got married,
Yeah.
I'm from Sunnyside, she was from Stony
Yeah,
Brook.
shout out to Gail, your beautiful
Yes,
wife.
we met through the personal ads in New York
Well,
Magazine.
we're going to talk about that. Oh, let's jump. Wait.
We're gonna talk about it.
You know what? We
I
have
knew
time.
with
Wait,
my
wait.
ADD
we have
we would
have
be all
time
over
for
the
that.
place.
Well, let's jump to it. Hold on.
From the
Ashbat.
Holocaust
We
to
say in-
personal ad in New York
Les,
Magazine.
We say in Italian, ashbat. Okay, so give me a momento because he jumped a little bit. But you mentioned it, so let's talk about it.
Okay.
So in 1986, so we're going to put up pick T,
Okay.
please. And in no, that's not it.
That's
Sorry.
me and Stanley
That's you and
Tucci at a
Stanley.
corporate
That's
event.
Not it.
That's another thing, my corporate
All right,
sales.
leave Stanley. Let's talk about Stanley. We're going to put up Stanley
By the way,
Tucci.
Stanley's the one on this side.
I was going to say,
I'm
how
not
did
the-
that happen?
Stanley Tucci. That's
How did
right.
that happen, Les?
How did this happen?
Yeah.
I was in corporate sales for 41 years.
Okay.
And this was a trade show called Construction. I sold shipping and
Construction.
logistics.
Okay.
And this was an organization of architects, engineers, and construction companies
Okay.
that were many of our clients. And this
And
is
you got Tucci to come.
This is amazing. And what they do is
Thank you.
they invite all these design companies
Right.
to build structures out of cans. It's an amazing,
Oh.
and Stanley Tucci was a judge.
Wow.
And then
How
all the cans of
cool.
food,
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
end of it, they take everything down
Yeah.
and they donate it to a food pantry.
Oh, how nice.
So this was a networking
How
event.
nice. Okay, it's pick I. Thank you very much.
All right.
So pick I. Let's go to pick I and hope it's the right one.
Okay, let's see. Whichever one it is.
Do I
is
have
the-
I? Look for Regis Philbin. Thank you.
Oh,
okay.
my goodness.
So now, hey, this is leave that there. Thank you. You leave it there. This is 1986 with Regis Philbin. Now, correct me, but this was your second appearance on the show.
This was the second.
Okay, let me just say what this was for.
Okay.
So this was how you met your wife, and like you said, thank you, Carmine. Now wait. You're holding your daughter Liz, right?
Right. We kind of missed this step here.
Okay.
So we met through the personal ads in New York Magazine.
New York Magazine,
Right.
people.
I was Mr. Congeniality.
Thank you,
Sincere
Carmine.
Jewish, 29, seeks vibrant lady with pretty smile to share special fun moments. Bada bing, bada boom, and we got married.
And there's Gail.
So New York Magazine,
Right.
did a story on us.
Right.
About people. This was way back at the beginning.
How cool.
This was 1983.
Yeah.
Other than that, it used to be the Village Voice with all these wild
Yes, yeah,
things.
yeah.
So when we met, I wrote to them to say we're getting married.
Right.
And they did a whole article on people that do personal ads.
Right.
And they had a full page picture of the two of us. And ABC, where Regis Philbin he did the morning show.
Right.
This was pre-Kathy Lee.
Pre-Kathy,
Ann
yeah.
Abernathy
Yeah.
was the first host.
Wow.
They get their ideas from magazines.
Yeah.
So they called up they called up New York Magazine.
Right.
There was a blurb about this woman, I can't think of her name now, who wrote a book on how to write personals.
Okay.
And they put her on on Regis
Well, I could've
morning
used
show.
her back in the 80s.
And then they said, "Do you know a couple that met?" And so we got to be on with Regis.
Isn't that beautiful?
And so anyway, it was great just being in ABC Studios and me and Regis going at it. I tried to steal the show, like I'm kind of doing with you.
sure
I'm sorry,
you
that's
did.
me. And he came at me. So a year later,
Awesome.
this was his. This was a cable show called Lifestyles
Nice.
on the Lifetime network, and they had us back as a couple who met and had a baby.
Nice.
So very exciting.
All right, listen, well, what's exciting is there's so much more, and there's so many more pics, and there's so many more stories. So we're going to take my first break. Don't go away. We'll be back after this.
Wonder Woman was everything to little girls, especially that look like me. She stands for being a voice for people that need a voice. My organization renovates homes for people with disabilities. And when I come home, a self-care routine makes me feel my best. I'm very proud of the difference that we're making, and to see that impact in my community inspires me to work even harder for everyone around me.
Well, hi there, Theresa. It's John York from General Hospital. I am just checking in because apparently you have a great talk show called Tea Time on Strong Island TV. I want you to have continued great success and have a lot of fun. It sounds like you're having a lot of fun, and that's pretty much the key to everything, isn't it? So continued success. I'm proud of you. Have a great day, Theresa. Bye.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. Thank you everyone for watching. Please like the show, please share it. Before I get back to my guest, I just want to announce, hey, what are you doing for Valentine's Day? That's me as Bunny in Murdered by the Mob, and we're going to be doing the show on February 15th, Saturday night, I think at the Iron Bar in Manhattan in the Secret Room. It's so cool. It's like a speakeasy. It's like going to an Italian wedding. Someone gets whacked. You got to figure it out. You eat, you sing, you dance, you drink. It's very interactive. So go to murderedbythemob.com. Come to the show. And if you can't make it on February 15th, come see us in March. We'll be doing the show at least twice a month. Thank you so much. I am back with Les Degen. He's a comedian. He's a singer. He's an actor. The man does it all.
Ho!
And you know what we're going to show now?
Uh-oh.
We're going to show what pick is it? We're going to show pick G, your very first headshot.
Oh my goodness gracious me. Can I tell you something? I got so old.
I think I have to tell you, I think as you're getting older, you're much more distinguished looking.
Oh, thank you.
I think you're a very handsome man, Les.
Thank you very much.
Bald is
Theresa.
beautiful in my book. That's
Oh,
all I'm
thank you.
saying. That's all
You're
I'm
too
saying.
kind. Don't stop.
It's the truth. So your very first headshot. So let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Because obviously you did a lot of community theater. That was another thing you got into.
Right. I can answer tying it in with the whole singing thing.
Yeah.
I had always I did school plays. In third grade, I was King of the Fairies. It was
Okay.
That was my first credit, and because I had the loudest voice in the class.
There you go.
We had paper mache puppets. I was the voice of the Giant and Jack and the Beanstalk.
Right.
I went to summer camp for 11 years.
Nice.
Did many sketches, impressions, but then we became members of the Suburban Temple in 1987. Up until then, I never really did any organized, other than like company shows and school stuff.
Right.
I never did anything really like on a high level.
Yeah.
And they had the Suburban Temple sponsored community theater. And in 1997, they were producing Oliver.
Yes, because you did 3 of your favorite
That's
plays.
right.
You did. One was Oliver.
All right, Oliver.
Go ahead with that
Come here,
accent.
Dodger.
That's great.
In this life, one thing counts. In the bank, large amounts. Okay. You've got to pick a pocket. Anyway,
Great.
so
No, wait, and you also wait. Well, because you went there, so I have to go there.
Okay.
You also loved and did Fiddler.
Right, Fiddler on the Roof,
which
which
we
is...
have a pic. We have a pic of that one. Wait,
Oh,
hold
Tevye.
on. Hold on. There he is. Carmine's the best. There you are.
Fiddler was my...
You know, I did Fiddler too.
Did you?
I performed at the Marathon Jewish Center in Douglaston.
Did you really?
For years.
Oh, wait a second.
I did Once Upon a Mattress. I did Fiddler. I did, what was that, Plainview? It might have been Plainview, because I did a few. I did a few places.
I think there's going to be another Small World. These are all musicals,
Yes.
but I also did comedies with the minstrel players.
Yes.
And Ray Palin.
I have that down.
Ray Palin, I met. He's a good. He used to call himself the self-proclaimed king of Long Island. Do you know Ray?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
I
So
don't.
he did the minstrel players. He played Perchik. We became very good friends
Oh, wow.
from that, and then he got me into the minstrels.
Yes.
And where was I going with this? We did Barefoot in the Park
Yes.
together.
But you loved Fiddler, which was Jay. Thank you.
But they used to do stuff at the Marathon.
Marathon,
Some
really?
of the actors that I worked with.
Oh, yeah?
Right, in Little Neck.
Well, I know. Yeah, it was Douglaston. I was there, and then I was in Plainview. But you also loved Oliver, which I don't have any pics. But you also loved Damn Yankees, and you also did pick, I think, K. If I could read my own handwriting, Anything Goes.
Anything Goes. I played Sir Evelyn
Dun, dun,
Oakley.
dun, dun,
And
dun, dun,
quick
dun,
showbiz story. They did
Thank
Anything
you. Look
Goes.
at you
I
on the
saw
cover.
production. I fell in love with Moonface Martin. Do you know the show at all? He played.
No.
Okay,
I don't wanna lie.
it takes place on a ship.
Okay.
All right, and Moonface Martin is a stowaway criminal.
Okay.
And I saw a production of it, and I had already done. I'd already done Fiddler and Tevye, and I did Applegate, and the director, knows me already, so already I have a nice spot. So when we did this, I really wanted to be Moonface Martin because it's funny.
Yeah,
he's like a bad guy.
Yeah.
So we get to the auditions, and I read for Moonface, and then another guy that I know read for Moonface. He was okay. I said, I think I'm going to get this. All right. And then all of a sudden he goes, Les. He goes, I'd like you to read also for Sir Evelyn Oakley, who was this stuffy British guy.
Okay.
Teresa, audition.
Yeah.
I was crushed.
Yeah.
Because I really wanted Moonface.
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
fast forward. He cast me as Sir Evelyn.
Okay.
I was a little bummed.
Yeah.
Want to know something? The best time
You see?
I ever
You
had
see?
playing this stuffy
Yeah.
British nerdy guy.
Yeah.
I had such a ball.
Well, you know, my favorite line in Fiddler that your character says about money is, "May God smite me with it, may I never recover."
And may I never recover.
Yeah, I love that line.
You can keep your diseased chickens.
I love that. I just love that
I'd
line.
love-
It stayed with me.
I would love to do that again because in 1998, I did a good job, but I wasn't as seasoned as I am
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
I would love to do it again. Oh,
Yeah.
what a great show.
It's a great show.
Oh, yeah.
It was
And with the
awesome.
Retirement Village people, actually we do song parody. I know we didn't get to that
Yeah,
yet,
we're gonna get
everybody.
to that. I have it written
I
down.
jumped ahead. I do a whole segment
Yeah.
of a parody on Fiddler on the Roof called Fiddler Fell Off the Roof.
Oh, that's funny.
And my big number is I transpose Rich Man into If I Were a Gentile.
Oh my God, that's great.
So anyway,
That's
next.
great.
Next.
Listen to him. He's so
All right,
funny.
dang,
oh my
dang.
God. All right. So wait. So let's see. Okay. So in 1983, let's go to 1983. I don't have any picks for this.
1983.
Oh, actually, I do. Hold on. 1983. You took a class at the Learning Annex.
Oh, this is a great story.
This is pick. Don't put it up yet. Thank you. Guess who else went to the Learning Annex?
Is that the school?
Yes!
Really?
Yes. So wait. So you went to the Learning Annex to take a class called the Singing Experience.
Right.
And I went for a comedy class with Richard Mincer, and my first show
okay.
was at Stand Up New York.
Oh, okay.
You went to the Singing Experience, and pick H, please. You performed at Dangerfield.
At Dangerfield.
And there you are.
Right.
And when you performed there, you sang a Lionel Richie song. Do you remember what song it was?
You mean more to me.
Yep.
What? Can we take 40 seconds for this?
You can't, because if you sing it more
No,
than
no, I'm not going
30
to do the song, but
Oh.
this was a momentous night because this was actually the second time I took it. The first time I took it, this was before I actually sang in public.
Right.
But there was the singer that was yearning to come out. So
But
the
you have a
first-
beautiful voice, by the way.
Well, thank you.
You do.
So the first time I took the class, I sang Something's Coming from West Side Story.
Okay.
And then when I took this class,
Yeah.
actually, I had met Gail in September of 1983.
Wow.
And the graduation show at Dangerfields was in December. We got engaged. We met on September 18th.
Okay.
This show was December 11th. So before I sang the song, I got up and I gave this whole big speech about how, I met this wonderful woman and she's all I think of, and I can't believe that she's in my life, and I want to dedicate this to
her.
Gail, who's in the audience, and we got engaged 2 days later.
3 months after you met?
Right, and one of the women in the class pulled me to the side. She goes, "If you ever break up, I want you to call me." So that was and that turned out to be our wedding song too.
I was going to ask you if that was your wedding song.
That was our wedding song.
Oh, how
yeah.
sweet. And where'd you get married?
The Huntington Townhouse.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. On Long Island. Cool.
All right. Okay.
Wow, that's amazing. Real quick, I also want to mention
Yes.
that you have beautiful, talented children.
Oh, thank you.
Your daughter
Thank
plays
you.
drums.
That's right, Liz Drum. She's
Yep.
the photographer, graphic designer, web designer.
Yep. And John.
Plays every instrument you can imagine.
Right, but he started with tenor sax.
He
Is that what
actually started with clarinet.
Oh, okay.
And then he morphed
And he's a
into
professional musician. He produces.
he morphed into saxophone.
Yeah.
And then he plays studio and with bands.
That's great.
I mean, he played the sax. He filled in.
Yeah.
He had like a week to learn, like for a Bruce Springsteen tribute, to learn the Clarence Clemens part.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he nailed it.
Good.
He plays
that's
drums,
sweet.
keyboards,
That's
bass.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
nice. You ever plan on maybe, or have you ever performed with them?
We
playing? Other than at home?
Only in the basement, because
right.
they had my son and daughter had a band called Drop It Jeffrey. This was
Okay.
back in the 90s, and since
Okay.
my daughter was the drummer,
Yeah.
then guess where the rehearsals were.
Right,
So
right.
we did that, and so
But it's nice that it's a musical
I would still like to.
family.
Actually,
It's great.
we've been. My daughter lives in Long Beach now,
Okay.
and there's a crew that does these open jams.
Yes.
So we're trying to
Yes.
get it together when she plays drums on the open jam, where
Yeah.
I'll do a song.
Oh, cool.
So-
I like that idea.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
that a lot. You know
It'll-
what the
it'll be
next
good.
idea is? We got to go to my second break.
Oh my goodness!
So this is going so fast, but don't go away. More with Les Degen after this.
Wonder Woman was everything to little girls, especially that look like me. She stands for being a voice for people that need a voice. My organization renovates homes for people with disabilities. And when I come home, a self-care routine makes me feel my best. I'm very proud of the difference that we're making, and to see that impact in my community inspires me to work even harder for everyone around me.
How you doing? It's Sal the Voice Valentinetti. Why are you watching me? You should be watching Theresa Canastraci Tea Time with Theresa Canastraci Farrell. And make sure you follow Theresa on Facebook. Tea Time with Theresa Canastraci Farrell. We'll see you there.
I love the way you say my name. I love. Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. Yes, Les Degen, the man, the myth, the legend. He's finally on Tea Time. He's a singer, actor, comedian, and I'm blessed to call you a friend.
Oh,
and I'm
thank
glad
you.
that we're finally doing this. Life's all about timing. And so before we went to break,
Yes.
you mentioned how you did song parodies, and talk about that a little bit, and the retirement village people, because I love that.
Right. I'm going to stick in a little thing here because I saw you had the picture up there.
Go ahead.
I also developed a cabaret act with two of my theater friends.
Yeah, I didn't get
called
to that.
Two Guys and a Gal.
Yeah, I have. Wait, let me see what.
I'm
pick
sorry,
it is.
I didn't mean
No,
to.
it's okay. It's pick O, please. There you go.
Right,
Thank you.
right.
Yeah, see, I was going to mention that.
Right
but,
after
okay,
Anything Goes.
Yes.
We started for 10 years. We did libraries, churches, temples.
Yes.
mainly doing like standards.
Right.
You know,
right.
Frank Sinatra, Bobby
Thank
Darin. You know, she did Barbra Streisand,
Right.
and then the group. We're still friends, but we broke up.
Right,
Now I'm
right.
mainly doing my solo shows.
Yes.
So,
a lot of
like
them.
Saturday night, I'll be at the Huntington Temple Bethel doing a 90-minute music program
There you go.
for their Chai Club.
Well,
which-
if we're gonna talk about this, then let's just say Les Degen, which it's on your screen, LESDEGEN, is on Facebook and Instagram, and you can go to lesdegen.com
Yes.
for all his upcoming shows. A lot of them are private events,
Right.
but you will be in March. You're going to be
Right, these-
at a big theater.
Yes, I am so excited about this.
Yes.
On March 12th, the Wednesday at 2 o'clock, at the landmark Gene Rimsky Theater on
Yes.
Main Street in Port Washington.
Yes.
Big, beautiful 400-seat theater.
Yep.
It's the closest I might ever get to being on Broadway. I'll be doing an hour show called An Afternoon of Music
Nice.
and Laughter with the comedian and singer Les Degen. I'll
Love
be
it.
doing half an hour music, half an hour stand-up comedy.
Right.
It's not on the website yet, but if you go to the Landmark Theater website soon,
Right,
there'll be
right.
like,
Yeah,
you can either
yeah.
go in person,
Yeah.
it's free, it's sponsored by an
Nice,
organization
really
who
beautiful.
pays for it, or you could actually watch it.
And that's March what?
That's a March 12th.
March 12th.
On March 16th, and now we get back to the retirement village people.
Ooh.
So for 3 years now with my friend comedian Stevie GB, my friend singer and actress Anita Starlight,
Okay.
and pianist, keyboard, and musical director Joe Gellish.
Okay.
We there are four of us, retirement village people. With live music, we do original, hilarious song parodies
Right.
of classic rock, pop, and show tunes
Yeah.
from the 60s and 70s.
That's cool.
We're getting standing ovations at libraries. North Merrick Library on February 16th from 2 to 3:30. Go to the website. You have to register. It's a free show, but we'll probably
Yeah.
sell out. retirementvillagepeople.com. You can see our whole schedule.
Love
We'll
it.
be at Half Hollow
Love
Hills
it.
Library, April 8th.
Yeah. They'll go to the website. You go to the website
go
and
to
you
the
see all
website,
the
yeah,
upcoming
yeah,
shows.
you know.
But you and I have worked with many comedians on Long Island because
Yes.
I want to talk about
Sure.
your stand-up.
Yes.
So the first question is how did you get into stand-up?
It's a great question.
Good, I try.
I was, maybe it's because I'm an only child from European parents like Billy
Okay.
Crystal was.
Yeah.
But I guess, and then I was a short, little skinny kid. I loved getting attention. I
Yeah,
didn't have any brothers
yeah.
and sisters.
But you just
so-
said, hey, I think I want to try
But
telling jokes on stage one day.
Since kindergarten, I've always tried to get the laughs.
Right.
Even on all my report cards, Leslie's a very good student, but he has to stop interrupting his neighbors with jokes. Fast forward, Bryan High School.
Yeah.
I was officially the class clown.
Okay.
In 1971.
There you go.
And I had always wanted to get up on stage to be a comic.
Okay, so where was the first time you got up on stage?
1979 at the Comic Strip in New York City.
There you go.
Larry Miller
Yeah.
was the first MC. Larry, he's been on Seinfeld. He's one of the
Yes.
used to. So he was one of the MCs.
We got pics L, M, and N, please, of you. There you are, comic strip.
Well, that's a little
Well,
further
it's
down
not
the line.
19.
But
Well, that's not from 1979.
No, that's
but
more
it's,
like-
But
that's-
it's you at the comic strip
That's
on
me at the
stage.
comic strip.
And then we have two more of
Yeah.
you also on
Right.
two other stages.
Right, that's
York
early.
Comedy
That's like
Club.
2000, probably
Okay.
2005.
All right.
So I dabbled in 1979 and 80. And on a serious note, stand-up comedy is really, really hard.
You think?
And it's not only the writing, but it's going out and doing it. It's having relationships with other people because you can't do it alone.
Yeah. It's a community.
I
It
was
is. It's a
20-something. I was
Yeah.
immature.
Yeah.
I wasn't driven. I did it for 2 years. I have some great stories. I mean, I got to, with Jerry Seinfeld, Paul Reiser.
Yeah.
I could go on and on with
Where's, the last-
Bobby Collins. I used to do when Bobby
Bobby.
Collins first started.
Yeah.
He was a Garmin Center guy.
Yes, he
That was
was.
doing an open mic at a place called Good Times on
Okay.
30th and 3rd. So I used to go there on Mondays, and it's not like now where you have all the signups. You would go down there,
Right.
and then like, hey Bobby, can I go up next? Bobby.
Right.
Anyway, so at the comic strip, you'd have to. on Friday, you would pick a number out of a hat.
Yep.
And then on Monday, if you got one of the 12 numbers,
Yep.
you would get up. My first time I ever bombed was following Jerry Seinfeld, who, by the way, I don't know if you found the picture. We graduated together in '76.
I saw that. I saw that.
Right.
I didn't grab it.
So anyway,
That's funny.
I said, you know what? I just want to smoke pot and eat Haagen-Dazs ice cream. This is not for me. So I procrastinated,
Wow.
procrastinated.
Right.
Finally, in 2003.
Okay.
All right.
You returned?
We went on a Royal Caribbean cruise with my
Okay.
in-laws to celebrate their 50th anniversary.
Nice.
The comic on the ship
Was?
and also a singer was legendary Sal Richards.
Oh.
A Long Island
wow.
kid.
Yes.
And I talked with him. He just killed in the theater.
Yeah.
And I said, I got to do this. So on Columbus Day, 2003,
Yep.
my office at the time was on 27th Street, 3 blocks from the New York Comedy Club.
Okay.
I finally had the balls.
Yep.
Can I say balls?
You
It's a
could say
clean
that.
show. Okay.
Yeah.
The cojones.
Cojones.
Okay, all right. When in Rome.
But we say huevitos if they're really small.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that. I don't want to brag about it. So I finally got up and I did an open mic and have not looked back.
Wow.
So that's how it
amazing.
all,
And over the years, you worked with a lot of people that I worked with and that are friends of ours. Just to give out a little just a little
Sure,
list.
sure.
Just to throw out some names because I went through the flyers.
Yeah.
But Fred Rubino,
Sure,
which
Fred.
I'm hoping to have on
Yeah.
the show. Fred, okay, when you're up from Florida. Rich Walker, who is
Rich is
a doll.
one of my
And,
best comedy buddies.
Yes, and him and Steve Lazarus and Peter Bales, teach.
Peter Bales was actually one of the first hosts. He was a host at the comic strip back in 1983.
Wow.
So it's interesting how we came
Full
circle.
That's crazy.
Right.
And then, of course, Eric Haft, and just to mention
Eric, I just
you.
did a show with him Saturday.
I know. I saw
Friday
that.
night.
I saw that.
Oh,
I
what a
saw
great
that.
show.
Yeah, he's great. And then let's go to, you mentioned fundraisers and like yourself, I like to give back. You like to give back. And a good friend of ours is John LaRocchia with Laughter Saves Lives. And, and you've done, a lot of events.
Yeah,
with him too.
if I can, I actually am part of the Laughter Saves Lives team.
Family,
I was in
yes.
sales for 41 years.
Yeah.
And John wanted me to become
I've
a
only
member.
done a couple of shows, but
So
yeah,
finally,
you're
when I
you're a
retired, not only
fixture.
I do comedy with him,
Yeah.
but I serve as his. You ready for this?
Uh-oh.
You're sitting? Vice President of Sponsorship.
Ah.
So I do help him find charities to do
Yes,
shows.
yes.
I do look for sponsors
Yeah.
in the area.
Yeah.
So I'm still in sales and I have a good time.
Right.
And it's for a good cause
Yeah, it
and we
is.
have fun.
It is.
And so
Yeah.
that's another big part of my retirement. This is my
This
starting
is
my
your-
fourth
this is
year
your-
of retirement.
And this is your second act, so to speak.
Yeah,
this
and I'm
is
so
it.
busy I don't feel retired.
Isn't that wild?
It's great.
You're doing more now than you did before.
I did 175 shows last year.
I was going to ask you that, but you beat me to the question.
Between music, comedy, and retirement village people. Now, a lot of it is.
You're catching up to Bobby Collins.
I'm Bobby. I'm coming for you, baby.
You are.
I do a lot
Well,
of.
you do bars and clubs and senior citizens and the libraries and
Right.
you're all over the
The
place.
assisted living and nursing homes.
Yes.
Recreation director's job is to bring in. So for the last
Entertainment,
10
yeah.
years.
Yeah.
I've developed relationships. So tomorrow I'll be at the Atria Tanglewood in Lynbrook to do a show.
yeah.
I do 4 shows there a year.
Yeah.
I'll be in Farmingdale on Friday doing 2 shows for Daleview Care Center, one for assisted living,
Nice.
and then one for memory care.
Yeah.
I love performing for people with Alzheimer
Yeah.
and dementia.
Yeah, because a song or a tune, it clicks sometimes. It brings them back to another time.
A lot of special moments. It's like
Yeah.
music therapy.
Yes, absolutely.
And,
and there was no such thing as a music therapist when I went to school back in the day. But now
Right.
you can become a music therapist.
Yeah,
It's the coolest job ever. You get to either play music or
Yeah.
sing or any form of music. to people, you know, who
And
really need
it's
to hear
important.
it.
Music helps them.
Absolutely, it soothes the soul.
Do I have time for a 30-second story? Because I want
Go ahead, and then after
one
then
of my
we'll take a
regular
break.
places is Highfield Gardens Care Center in Great Neck, which is a memory care place.
Nice.
And I remember one of the most heartwarming things that ever happened. There was a couple. We'll call them Gary and Janet because that's their names.
Okay.
All right. Gary used to visit his wife Janet, who has very severe Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
He would, every show that I did, he would be there sitting next to her,
Yeah.
holding her hand. She would be staring into space, nothing doing. So one afternoon, I mean, I do stuff from like 30s, 40s. I do rock and roll, but I'm singing "It Had to Be You." Gus Kahn
great
and
song.
Isham Jones,
Yeah.
classic from the 20s.
Yeah.
And she's sitting in the first row, and I'm like, "It had to be you. It had to be you." And all of a sudden, out of the blue, and Gary told me she's been unresponsive for like 2 weeks, she starts going, "I wandered around and finally found."
Oh my God.
My tear came, Gary's tear came, and it was
What a
like,
beautiful moment.
it was just unbelievable. And then like during the song, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
And it was just, I can't describe the feeling. And that,
It's euphoric.
yeah,
It's
it
just
was
euphoric.
It was great.
Yeah. Oh,
You
I
know,
love it.
there's connecting with 200 people that know what's going on.
Yeah.
And then 20 people, and this,
Yeah.
the feeling is just as good.
Yeah.
So,
And I
yeah.
got a feeling we're going to take my last commercial break. But don't go away. More with less when we come back after this.
Wonder Woman was everything to little girls, especially that look like me. She stands for being a voice for people that need a voice. My organization renovates homes for people with disabilities. And when I come home, a self-care routine makes me feel my best. I'm very proud of the difference that we're making, and to see that impact in my community inspires me to work even harder for everyone around me.
Doc, who's the best comedian you know?
Theresa Farrell.
And who's the best actress you know?
Theresa Farrell.
And who's the best cast member in Bad Boys?
Teresa Farrell.
Who's got the best radio?
Teresa Farrell.
Doc, who's your favorite guinea?
Teresa Farrell.
Who you loving right now?
Teresa Farrell.
All right, Doc, I love you too, baby.
Love you as always.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. Thank you everyone for watching my show. I appreciate the love and the support. I really do. Please like the show. Please share it. Tell everybody about it. Tea Time can be seen every Saturday. We're going to be on TV Saturday. It can be seen every Saturday at 11 a.m. on Channel 20 for people who live on Long Island and get Optimum TV.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Yeah. So, and then Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Twitch TV, Apple TV. We're all over the place.
Wow.
But Les Degen is with me, and he is an actor. He's a singer. He is also a comedian, and he's a writer, because you have to write your jokes, obviously.
Absolutely.
And you've written many jokes, and I love watching your comedy, because it's very, very, very funny.
Thank you,
It makes me laugh. It really does.
I appreciate
but,
that.
you know, you also... went into some acting, which I wanted to just touch upon. I pulled whatever was on IMDb, but there was actually your first movie was from 2006. You mentioned.
Right. The first, my real acting really comes from stage,
Yes,
from the musical
absolutely.
theater and the comedies,
Absolutely.
with the minstrel players.
Yes.
However, I've done some wonderful. My first film was here. I have it written. It's a 2006. Joe Brian Schell
Right.
was a Long Island filmmaker called John and Sylvia,
Right.
and it was a little. It was interesting because the first time I'm used to stage, you rehearse and then you do it.
It's very
But with
different.
film, it's like over and over. Now let's do this shot, that shot,
Yes,
this
it's
shot.
very
this.
repetitive,
It's very
and you gotta
repetitive.
get different camera
But I enjoyed it.
angles.
So there was the main character, John, is getting married, and one morning he wakes up and he thinks that he's the deceased wife of this old Jewish guy named Morty Morgenstern.
Oh, wow.
So I play Morty, and then he, him and his best man, he said, well, he goes, John, you're not Sylvia, you're Johnny. No, I'm Sylvia. I want him to see Morty. So he brings Sylvia to Morty. I get a knock on the door. This tall, goofy-looking guy comes and says he's my wife, Sylvia. And as the story unfolds, he says and does things, and eventually I morph into Sylvia.
Oh, wow.
So that was it.
Yeah.
Another big highlight.
Well,
was,
you did. Did you do anything before 2012? Because I have 2012, which was the last prank.
Yeah,
Which is P. Can you put up P, please?
Right. That was 2006.
That was.
2012 was Joe Pontillo. I'm
no,
sorry.
No.
Last prank.
Let me do it in order, and then you chime in.
Okay.
Okay, because you're jumping around a little bit.
I'm sorry.
The last prank was a short film. You played Dad, which was Harry.
Right. And I played a puppet.
Yes, you did, and I have to tell you, this was also nominated for Best Children's Film.
We won it.
You did win
This was part of what was called a 48-hour film festival,
yes.
which meant that on a Friday at 7,
Right.
the director and producer went to NYU and had 10 categories to pick. It could be comedy, children's, mystery,
right. Yeah,
horror.
you didn't know what you were going to get.
Right, he picked children's, and on Sunday at 7, had to give an edited 7-minute, so we had to write it, cast it, rehearse it, film it. So the story was about.
So it did win.
We won. It was about these two puppets.
Yeah.
That are old, and they're get sold to a garage sale because the kids are old.
Right.
And what they used to do is do pranks on their owners. So they go, let's do one more night. So I played the father, and I played one of the puppets.
That's so cool.
It's funny, heartwarming, and we
Nice.
won
That's
Best Picture.
That's sweet.
We won
and then,
yes.
Q, 2014, you did Hank is Evil.
Oh, Joe Pontillo.
Yes, and that was with Joe, and you played Major Digley.
Mayor McDigley.
Mayor.
Right,
Sorry,
which
Mayor.
is a real.
I wrote it
I
wrong.
did it in the movie, and also he has a web series.
Yes, which you revisited back in 2014, and that's letter S. And I think it's actually you and Joe in the shot. There you
Right.
are.
This was actually from the movie.
Right.
This is from the movie where.
Isn't that great?
It's really madcap. I had so
Shout
much
out
fun
to Joe
doing this.
Pontillo, because back in the day, you and I both performed at Sip
This, yeah.
Sip This.
Joe, I met, I think in 2005, maybe. We started around the same time together.
Yeah.
We used to do McGuire's Billy Bingo, ran an open mic, and so Joe's one of my oldest comedy buddies. He's like my son.
I know.
And
he's great.
I love.
He's great.
He just did a Christmas special, and I did a quick Mayor McDigley thing.
That's good.
It's a great
and
character.
2015. That's R, please. QR. Yeah, you did Lost in Manhattan.
Oh, right. That Richie Shaw did the last prank. Robin Shaw. Right, I played.
A magician?
I had a part in this. I played a magician. In Central Park. Robin actually now is. She's like touring and does theater shows and everything.
Yeah.
When she first started, I would open for her on the road, and now she's a big deal. So
you're a big deal, Les. Yes, you are. All right. So, do you have anything coming up as far as acting goes?
As far as acting goes, no.
Okay.
No, everything really is music and
comedy.
And comedy right now.
Yeah. No, that's great. Well, I have to say, we're going to put up 2 more pictures before we forget.
Oh, I can't wait to see what this is.
You, please, is you and I last Monday night at Governor's Holiday
Party.
Party.
Look at those 2 people.
Aren't we cute?
Oh, my goodness.
We had a fabulous time.
Couple of
Oh,
comedians and governors.
Youngsters. Look at those youngsters. Thank you.
All right.
And
that was a lot of fun.
We did. We had a great night. There were a lot of friends and comics there, and I always have a blast seeing everybody because you don't always see them. Hello, with you doing 175 shows a year, how many people you get to see. But and the last one, big congratulations because you won. Best Comedian for Seniors.
Oh,
Beth
thank you,
Page,
yes.
Best of Long Island, he won. I'm so excited for you.
That's exciting, thank you.
It is exciting. You've got, bragging rights now.
Well, you know how I did. First of all, I won the 2025 also, 2 years in a row. But that's the ego for me talking. But the humble me talking
Oh
is,
my God.
you want to know something? It's
just nice to be nominated.
yeah. I'm not the best.
Tea Time's been nominated 4
I
years
just try to
in a
be
row.
better than who I was yesterday.
That's it.
The people
That's it.
said I'm their favorite. I'm grateful, but to say best, I don't know.
No, yeah, I
don't
mean,
know.
well, I have to.
It's a nice little honor.
It is, isn't it nice? And it does give you bragging rights.
it
But
does.
you've also performed. If we're going to stick with the comedy a little
Sure,
bit,
sure.
You also performed with Old Bastards, TIDS.
Right, that
clean,
was
clean comedy night. You did clean comedy night, Latkes and Laughs, which is at Ben's.
No, at
Right?
Latkes
Latkes
right,
and Laughs are at
The
Ben's.
Old Bastards of Comedy was Stevie GB as a producer.
Right.
Latkes and Laughs is Alan
Yes,
Streisfeld as a
and I
producer.
did it too at Ben's.
Yes.
In Bay Terrace.
Yes.
It was great.
That's right, Ben's
I had
in Bayside.
I had a blast.
Yeah.
I came out with my gray wig as Grandma Mary, and doing some comedy as her.
Your
And then-
characters are precious.
Thank you. I love doing my characters. I really do. And I did her, and everyone loved it. And then I turn around and I come back out as me. And I think Grandma Mary could get away with a little bit more stuff than I can. Do you know what I mean?
Okay,
And
yeah.
I just want to say real quick that Friday nights here. Have you ever been here on a Friday night?
I haven't yet.
Okay, so
I
Friday
haven't
nights
yet.
they do an open mic.
It's
Bobby
on my-
Lucero
it's on my
does
list.
A fabulous open mic, and you might remember Barbara Held from the Temple.
Oh yeah, right. Well, Barbara Held and Morty and I were in shows together.
Okay, so Barbara is a good friend of mine.
Yes, I know. We have that small
we had
world.
that conversation, and she's in the residences now in Plainview.
Oh,
so you should see if you can get in there.
I performed there twice.
You did?
And now for some reason, I know the guy. I'm having trouble getting
All
back
right, well,
in.
we got to get you back in
This
because
is-
she just moved there not that long ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's there now. But her and I performed here on a Friday night as two old ladies sitting on a bench in a park.
That's hilarious.
Talking about how she's getting laid during COVID and I'm not. And it was hysterical.
Oh,
and
my
Bobby
goodness.
said, if I would have known it was going to be this funny, I would have mic'd you both up and just recorded it.
Oh,
because
my
it
God.
was hysterical. Barbara never did improv before. And she's like, what do? I said, just follow my lead and always say yes and never say no. Because, that's what ends it. You have to keep it going.
Right, yes and.
And you have to come here on a Friday night. People do comedy. They'll try out new material. We had an author come and read a chapter from his book. We do improv. We have musicians. It's a really fun, safe, and supportive night. So,
I will make it down. one
yeah,
night.
definitely, and let me know when you do, and I'll meet you here. So listen, we have like 3 minutes left.
3
This
minutes.
went so fast. I mean, I pretty much covered everything I was going to cover. Is there anything that I did not touch upon that maybe you want to mention?
Let's see. We talked about my.
Again, wait,
wife-
let's plug lesdegen.com. Go there for all his upcoming shows. Some are private shows, but some of them are free shows, and some of them aren't. But you know what? You need to see him perform, whether it's comedy or singing. He just makes your heart smile.
Oh, you're so nice.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah. Let's see. 2 minutes left. What do we?
Well, I have to tell you real quick,
Yes.
my best friend Betsy Blank from Bayside and Bay Terrace, may she rest in peace, was Jewish and my best friend, and we met at Queens College. And we used to joke around. We had this joke how she used to be Italian in her last life.
Okay.
And I used to be Jewish. And, she went to Italy 3 times and she loved Italian men. And I said to her, you know what the difference is between a Jewish mother and an Italian mother is? And, an Italian mother says, if you don't eat that, I'll kill you. A Jewish mother says, if you don't eat that, I'll kill myself.
I like that. That's very funny.
So, yes, thank you. Thank you. I heard that many years ago, and I love that joke. So, there's some oldies and goodies.
Sure.
And,
Yeah, Jews and Italians are all the
we're
same.
very, 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 very,
Absolutely.
very similar. But, like I said, we got a minute and a half. If there's
Oh.
anything you want to give a shout out to your wife, your family, your friends.
Yeah, Gail, how are you?
How many years with Gail? How many years with Gail?
It was 40 last year.
Wow, 40. God bless.
Right. I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky.
And she's beautiful. She's
Thank
a
you.
beautiful woman. She really is.
Thank you
She
so
really is.
much.
And I like how you guys get dressed up for, Halloween.
Yeah, we have a
you
good time.
actually, for a Jewish couple, I saw a picture of you and her as Mr. and Mrs. Claus. Tell me about that.
Well, listen, on Christmas Eve, what's a Jewish guy to do? Nothing. So why not go out and
Tell them real quick about the Jewish joke of you sitting on Santa's lap.
Oh, okay. I can put this up. So when I was a little kid, I used to be afraid of Santa Claus because he never came to our house. I thought he didn't like Jewish people. So what do? With my parents, 10 years old, we go to a shopping center. They make me sit on Santa's lap to take a picture. I was petrified. I didn't know what to do.
So what did you whisper in his ear?
I whispered in his ear. I said, Santa, my name is Leslie and I'm Jewish. And then he looked at me and he whispered in my ear, my name's Irving, so am I.
I love that joke, and I'm glad we ended it there.
Oh, that was my closer.
Oh,
My Santa Claus closer.
I love it.
They're still laughing at home. Listen.
They are. I hear them. All right, listen. I want to thank you so much for doing this.
I had an absolute ball. Thank you.
I am so glad.
Watch Tea Time every week.
Listen, my door's always open. You want to come back, promote anything, you let me know.
How about next week? No, I'm kidding.
Next week, I'm having on Chris Roach.
Oh, my God.
Chris Roach, who we just saw.
We used to date.
You did. You used to date, and we just saw him.
We were in a film together. I forgot about that.
All right, well, we'll talk about it next week. I'll talk about
Okay.
it next week with Chris. But listen, I want to thank everyone for watching Tea Time and tuning in and seeing Les Degen. Make sure you follow him on Facebook, Instagram, and lesdegen.com. Thank you, everyone, for watching Tea Time from the bottom of my heart. I will see you next week. And remember, tell everyone you love them. Ciao.
Love you.